Happy birthday, Grandma. Some of my favorite memories are Grandma Day, obviously. That was such a fun time for all of us cousins to get together. But recently, I've loved how you take us all out to dinner for our birthdays, or at least like once a year, and just, get to catch up. And it's really nice to have that like one-on-one time. So I love you.
Hey,
Happy
happy
birthday.
75th birthday, Mom. Um, just wanted to say some of the things I really appreciate about you. Growing up, you were always there. It was great that you were always at home, always made such good meals for us, and did our wash, did our laundry, and just I always remember you being there. So that was something I wanted to pass on to my kids. I mean, I just felt that that was a good thing, an important thing, and I just thank you for that. And then you did special things for us sometimes. One thing I specifically remember is when, I forget how old I was, but you made me a doll cake on my birthday. And I think it was the same birthday that Susie had puppies. And there's a picture right there of me with my doll cake and Susie with her puppies. So that was a special time. And then I think you made a doll cake for each of our kids, or the girls anyway, too, for their birthday. And that was really cool. Also, I remember when I was in college and tried out for the field hockey team, and I did not make it, and I was very upset. And I remember I called you to let you know. And I still remember you said to me, well, I know that you're a good hockey player. And that just meant a lot to me. And I still remember that. So then into adulthood, one of the biggest things that I will always remember is how you had Grandma Day for us. And, that was just like a lifesaver for me, just having that time that I knew I could make appointments or, do things on my own without having to drag the kids around. And I think it was also really special for the kids to have time with their cousins. And I think that made them really close and is a great legacy. And that's another thing that I hope that I can do for my kids and my grandkids. So anyway, thanks, Mom, for all you've done. I love you so much. Happy birthday.
Happy 75th birthday, Grandma! We love you! One fun memory I have of you is when we were playing signs and you were doing the chicken dance, and then they turned and you got caught and you were just like, it was really funny. I loved that.
Or multiple fun memories I have of you are all the times that we spent at the hospital together. You wouldn't really expect them to be fun, but I think spending time with you and just family, that made it really special. And I don't remember many of the bad things, but partly because of the fact that I had such good people around me. So, and I don't know, that's probably, it might be different for her, but I remember this.
I also like whenever you would make us like tomato soup for hunting season, and whenever we were doing enema and you went up to get the tube and then you came back down and forgotten the tube, and then you'd also
and you forgot Katie's
glasses
glasses
and told to get Katie's glasses, and you hadn't gotten Katie's glasses, and it was really funny.
Yeah.
I loved that.
All the fun memories of sleepovers and making popcorn and
When you woke up and the chair came up with you.
all the times that just
Falling
the
in
crab
pond.
soup that you made that we all thought stank, like rotten fish, but you apparently loved, so that was interesting. And now I actually like it, but I don't know what was wrong with me when I was 6 years old. So, yeah, I love you, and
Can't wait for a
I
lot
can't
more
wait.
fun memories.
Yes. And hope you have a good 75th birthday in many years to come.
We love you.
Hey, Grandma. Happy birthday. Can't wait to go skydiving. Anyway, lots of memories I could share for this video, but I figured the most important one to share is the one that solidified in my mind the fact that I'm your favorite grandchild of all time. And that's when we were up at the Loyalsock walking through the woods with Mom and a bunch of the other little kids and the dog, and we saw a bear, and you grabbed my hand, obviously, because I'm the favorite, and we ran up to the cabin and saved ourselves and left everyone else to defend themselves against the bear. So, happy birthday from your favorite.
Happy birthday, Mom. Can't believe it's 75. My goodness, so many memories. I'm not sure where to start exactly. I can think way back to those early years after the big siblings went off to school and we were home alone together quite a bit. I especially remember those lunch times with you and me and Dad and Paul Harvey. I feel like he was part of my childhood. And then of course we had those years after Dad died, and I know they were especially hard for you and for all of us, but you know, in spite of this sense of loss and sadness, I always felt like I had a very secure and happy childhood. And you were certainly just very present in those years, and did such a great job of providing times of fun and just a sense of home and family. So that's something I've always really admired and appreciated about you as a mom. Some other memories that I have is, again, like when Mike and Kathy were off in college and older doing their young adult things, and you had your motorcycle license. Occasionally you and I would just ride off for an evening to Dairy Queen, and you know, just to sort of do something different, get out of the house, and they were fun memories for me. Boy, you know, I sat here on the swing with you a lot after the girls were born, and you were so key and helpful during those blurry years of just trying to keep up. And I'm not sure how I would have made it through those first couple of years after they were born without your help and the help of so many people. But a lot of my most recent memories of times with you are our trips back and forth to Cincinnati, goodness, going to Grader's, going to Chipotle, going for coffee down at the little Starbucks in the hospital, having little adventures on the highway, like the time our tire went flat because of the trailer losing its pin, or you know, just so many fun and good memories. Of course, there's the one time that we've talked about quite a bit, when we were just about ready to have the girls and called you to let you know that we were at Hershey planning on having some very premature twins, and well, okay, we'll be at the cabin, just give us a call. That will forever be a funny memory. And I'm glad that you changed your mind and came to the hospital first. Anyway, Mom, you've been a great mom. I hope you have a happy 75th birthday and many years ahead. I just really love you, and thank you for all that you do.
Happy birthday, Grandma. I love you so much. I hope you have a great one. Memories I have are Grandma Day and you coming to my soccer games. And I want to say thank you for doing that, because they mean a lot to me, for you coming to my games, and Grandma Day because they are always the best and I always will remember them. Happy birthday. I hope you have a great one. Love you.
I am to tell you a story about a memory of you, and I'm going to tell you one from the days when I was still very scared of you. We had moved to Lancaster, and we were moving into our Ephrata apartment soon after our marriage, my marriage to Julie, that is. And we had bought some furniture down at a reuse it store in Lancaster City, a big, I think, 3-story building, old building full of stuff. And when we bought our furniture, we didn't have room to haul. I had bought a heavy bag because I was studying karate at the time. And so for some reason, you ran me back into town to pick up this heavy bag. It was what we couldn't fit in our truck. So we went into the town, and I think we put it in the back of your Beamer, if I remember correctly. And when I got in your Beamer to go to leave the city, you turned to me and said, well, now you can just hit that instead of my daughter. And I think you were joking, but I wasn't 100% sure for a little bit. I think you eventually laughed, but it made me realize that you had a lot of anxiety about who your daughter was marrying. So I hope it turned out okay, but happy birthday.
Happy 75th birthday, Mom. As I think back over the years, there's lots of things that I remember, but a couple things come to mind at way up to the top. And the first is laughter. You have a way of laughing that just makes everybody smile. And I think of the games we've played at the cabins and times we've gotten together, and your easy laughter. It brings joy to my heart. I also think of a strong woman. You've had to deal with a lot in life, and it's just a joy, and again, fun to see how you've managed life and come to support us really well. And the last one is supporting us as kids and as grandkids, all the things you've done for us, from babysitting to Kids Day on Wednesdays, to visiting or coming to all the sporting games and musicals and everything that our kids have done and that we've been involved in. It's just meant a lot to have you be part of our life. So happy birthday, and don't feed the bears.
Happy birthday. It's been fun thinking of some memories that I wanted to share on the video. And of course, I need to start with the very first time that I met you. Mike and I stopped into Oregon Dairy and you were working. So you took a break and we had gone over and sat in a booth. And I was nervous. I wanted to impress you. I wanted you to like me. And I don't like being the center of attention. I don't like talking about myself. And it was just a really comfortable conversation. I do remember you talked a lot about Julie and some refrigerator situation she was having at EMC. But I loved it because it was just a very comfortable visit. And then I lived with you for 2 months. And I've so appreciated how you made me feel welcome. You welcomed me into your home. You welcomed me into your family. And it was a good time for me to get to know you better. And I remember some really deep conversations and some great conversations that we had. Obviously, you have spent a lot of time at football and soccer games and other activities that our kids have been involved in. And I thank you so much for that. I love seeing your relationship with them. It's great for me to know that they have such a good, close relationship with their grandmother, and it's fun to watch. I do recall when they were younger, I had apologized once for calling and asking you to watch them. I felt like I did it a lot, and I will never forget what you said because it meant a lot to me. Your answer was, "Kathy, I would be upset if you didn't ask me." And it made it so much easier for me to pick up the phone in the future, and it just really meant a lot to me. The support, I've always felt the support, so thank you for that. I hope you have a wonderful birthday. I hope you feel loved and celebrated because you deserve it. So,
birthday, Grandma.
happy birthday.
There are a ton of things that I could say that I love and appreciate about you, but I've narrowed it down to 3. So the first one is Grandma Day. I love Grandma Day. It's always the highlight of my summer, and I look forward to it every week, so thank you for starting that. And the second thing is the birthday dinners and lunches. It's something that I just really enjoy, spending time with you and sometimes the cousins, and I look forward to it every year. And the third thing is that I know that you're always there for me. And even when I was younger and upset and I would run to Hannah, I just knew that you were there, and it really did mean a lot. So,
hey, Grandma.
Happy birthday, Grandma.
Happy birthday. Something I really appreciate about you is all the support you've provided me growing up, from wrestling to football to plays and concerts and everything you just supported me in. It really means a lot. Fond memory I have is every time we went up to the Little Sock, we'd always play croquet. I always thought that was a really good time, and I just really appreciate you, Grandma.
Hey, Grandma.
Happy 75th birthday.
Happy birthday. So we're all making these videos, and we only have about 30 seconds, so even though there's a lot I'd like to say, there's not a lot of time. So I just wanted to say that thank you for everything that you've done. You've been such an inspiration to all of us, and I mean, just everything. Constantly at Grandma Day is probably going to be the highlight of my childhood. So just thank you so much for everything that you've done for us.
Hi, Mom. Happy birthday. Hope you're feeling well. Hope you are enjoying your birthday and these gifts. Maybe first of all, I want to thank you for being Mom. You faced a number of surprises and challenges in your life, and I think that you handled them all with courage and with grace as you faced them. Oh, no pun intended. with Grace. I hate when I crack myself up. So, and I think I'm probably getting red in the face. Anyway, so thank you, Mom. You've been a great mom, a great parent, taught me a lot of things, a great example. And as I became a parent and reflected back on my childhood, I appreciate how you raised me and raised Kathy and Julie. You gave us space, you set boundaries, but still allowed us to learn and to grow on our own. So thank you again, and love that about you. I thought of a couple things, just memories. I'm sure there's many more that just haven't crossed my mind, but for this brief video, do you remember the time, I believe either you or I were attempting to burn the bagworms off of a small tree right by the driveway, and if I remember correctly, that as the one bag of worms was burning, it fell from the tree right into the container of kerosene that we had right beneath the tree. So anyway, started a fire, and I remember running and grabbing a shovel and coming out and just trying to stamp this fire out with this big wide shovel. It was creating a worse situation because it was creating a lot of air. I believe Julie or Kathy were at the point of calling the fire company, but we got it taken care of and never made the phone call. And I, for some reason, think it was just you and I that were dealing with that at the time. Another memory I have that's really funny to me is when we were coming home, as I remember, we were coming home from church. I think it was church one day, and on the radio was this song by Jay Giles Band, really catchy tune, catchy verse, and I think, as I remember, we were all singing along, including you, and I think it was you, Kathy, Julie, and myself, the four of us in the car. So anyway, I wondered if you might remember this tune. Pretty catchy. And I think at some point when it gets to the chorus, you realized what this song was about and promptly turned the radio off. Like, we can't listen to this. And that was the end of the song. Here. So, as you were singing along, you realized what we were singing and what the song was about, and that was the end of that. one of the memories I have. At least that's how I have my memory. Mom, thank you again. Happy birthday. You're younger than your years, which is another great thing about you. I only hope that I can have as much energy and life when I'm the age that you are. I don't know if that sounded right, but anyway, happy birthday.